Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that great millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will, this is edifying. But this one entitled In the Mindset to Lose It All. Okay, because as we see the day approaching, we know Esau's going to come down with great wrath, being the devil that he is. Okay, we seeing him set the stage, all right, by way of his legislation, all right, his draconian measures. We see these artificial famines, the supply chain issues, the blowing up of the processing plants, all right, food distribution centers. All right, we see him implementing his CBDC system, basically getting the stage set for all hell to break loose. All right, they keep talking about cyber attacks. All right, World War III, digital identities. All right, with all this, we have to understand this man's gonna implement his system. All right, his great reset. All right, NWO, whatever you want to call it. But with that, is gonna come the great temptation and him implementing his MOTB. Now, us of the hopeful elect, Lord's will, we're of that number. We have to understand and be in that mindset to lose everything. All right, because we have possessions, so called. All right, we have some brothers have houses, cars, different material items. All right, you might have an abundance of food, but we're coming into a time where we have to be in that mindset that we might not have anything. All right, and we're gonna have to give up everything because you pay you're gonna have to pay with the system. You're gonna have to participate in the system if you want to so-called keep your possessions. All right, but we understand we're not with the system. We're not with this reset. Okay, we're not with this MOTB Karagma. All right, and we're gonna follow Yahweh Shai whithersoever he goeth. Okay, now understanding that, we're gonna have to lose and understand we're gonna have to lose everything. All right, now, actually, I want to start with this. This is Matthew 8:20, real quick, and it says, "And Yahweh Shai saith unto him, the foxes have holes." It said, oh, you know what? Let me start at 19. It says, "A certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest." All right, hey, and we believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and we're gonna follow Yahweh Shai whithersoever he goes. All right, now Yahweh Shai say unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. All right, so Yahweh Shai was constantly doing the will of the Lord. Okay, he was on a mission. All right, and in best believe he didn't have a lot of possessions. He didn't have time to worry about these earthly things. Okay, he was doing. He had a job to do. All right, and he said himself he had nowhere to lay his head. Now we're gonna follow him. We're gonna be in the same stead, and we're gonna be as that. All right, which I'm gonna get that in second Ezra. We're gonna be as pilgrims, like the scriptures say. All right, but before that, let me go over here. All right, in Philippians 4:10, and it says the Most High's provisions. It says, "But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein you were also careful, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content." All right, so just like Paul, we have to understand that we have to be content with whatsoever state we're in. Now, if we have possessions, if we don't, understanding that possessions are temporary here anyways, okay, but just to be able to operate with very little or with abundance. All right, it says verse 12, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Hamashiach which strengtheneth me. All right, and that's the point, because we have Yahweh Shai on our side. All right, and we're doing this work. We understand that, We could be hungry. We could, have some food in our belly. We could have very little. We can have a lot. No matter the circumstance, we're going to keep following Yahweh Shai. All right, we're going to keep doing to the best of our ability the will of Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right, and especially in these times to come. Okay, when they implement that MOTB, it's going to be even more of a lack of abundance. All right, it's going to be even more of basically having nothing. All right, you're just going to be going, using wisdom and flowing in the spirit. You might not have a house. Okay, you might have to live in a car. You might not even have a car. Okay, but you have to keep your integrity and understand, even though it's a test, that the Lord will provide a way. Well, 1 Corinthians the 10th chapter, He won't give us more than we can handle. All right, but we have to understand and have this mentality, just like Paul did, to say, hey, no matter what, if I have very little or if I have more, I can still serve and I can still believe in Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right. Now I'm gonna jump over here, 2nd Ezra 16, and let me start at verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack," and there's a lot of plagues coming to this world. All right. Hey, everything is it seems like just anything, any moment, something could snap. All right, and you're gonna hear of a false flag or just an event that just sets everything in motion. All right, that's how it feels like. But hey, we see Yahweh Bashem Shai working. We see all these plagues, about to come forth. All right, it says, "As with the woman with child in her 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment." All right, so these pains are not slacking. Yahweh Bashem Shai is working, and seeing Him work, we understand that, hey, these things are about to happen. All right, it says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." All right, the scriptures say perilous times shall come. It says, "Oh, my people, hear my word." You have to understand, hey, Revelation the 12th chapter, okay, Esau coming down with great wrath because he knows that he have but short time. You're going to see your so-called rights go out the window. All right, your privileges, any type of, you're a citizen, none of that's going to matter. In these times to come, he's going to fully implement his system. And if you're not with it, you're going to be fully ostracized. And then to the point where he's just going to deem you a terrorist. Okay? And then what? He's going to off with your head. He's going to at least try. All right? So what's coming to this place is nothing nice. All right? It's very, very dark times. Okay, it says, verse 39 again, it says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." All right, hey, this is a spiritual battle. We have to have our mind right. What did the Lord say to Job? "Gird up thy loins like a man." All right. Hey, we're spiritual soldiers, and the scriptures talk about how soldiers don't concern themselves with the affairs of this world. All right, having possessions, that's an affair of this world. All right, we have to understand all these things are temporary. Everything. All right, relationships, temporary. All right, you have so-called friends, even your woman, your kids. You have to understand, the times that are coming are going to be very trying. All right. But it says, "O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." And this is the point. All right, pilgrims. We have to understand, we're going to go here, go there. Might not have a house. Well, Yahweh Shai said he didn't have a place to lay his head. We might not have a car. All these so-called comforts that we have right now, they're going to go out the window. And especially when you're deemed a menace to society. All right, when you're deemed a extremist or a terrorist. Okay, it's going to be even that much harder. But hey, it's all a test. Okay, the Lord said, "My servants shall eat." All right. Hey, we have to be like Paul and understand If we have very little, we can still function. If we have abundance, we can still function. If we have a house, if we don't have a house, we can still function and believe and trust in Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right. It says, "He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will loose." Okay, we don't have any connections to these materials. "He that occupieth merchandise, as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein." Okay, so if you have businesses, all right, if you have a house, if you have a apartment, all right, understanding that we're coming to the times we might just have to leave it. Okay. It says, "He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as though they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers, and therefore they that labor in vain." All right, and this is the point. All this work, so-called work that we're doing here, not the work of the Lord. I'm talking about, actual working, so-called in this society. It's not going to mean anything, okay? It's not going to mean anything in these times to come. All right, so we're doing these things understanding what times when. We're doing these things understanding that Yahushua is about to make his return, and these prophecies are going to come to pass. All right, so we have to be in that mindset to be pilgrims, okay? Off a whim, just leave everything. It could come to that point where you have to just leave everything. All right. 2 Corinthians 4:17, it says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." And that's that's beautiful right there, because if you understand that, if we give up these so-called possessions, all right, we keep our integrity, no matter how the society's going, no matter how Esau tries to implement his charagma, okay, and we don't give into it, well, the afflictions that we go through of losing everything here, basically having nothing, all right, what's coming in the kingdom is going to far outweigh it. All right, you can read the scriptures. What is it, Isaiah 60 or Isaiah 61, I believe. But it talks about the blessings. It talks about the gospel, which is the good news. It talks about how it's going to be in the kingdom. All right, it talks about how we're going to have gold in abundance. Everything basically before we even, think of it. Okay, we're going to have what we want. All right, all in righteousness. Now that's going to far exceed anything here, no matter what we go through. All right, verse 18, it says, "While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal." Okay, so everything we see here is temporary. Again, the so-called money, silver, gold, cars, houses, apartments, clothing, shoes, you got precious stones, or even relationships, hey, all this is temporary. But it's not the kingdom. Okay? Our crown, Lord's will, we're of that number. If we keep our integrity, we get to have a crown and a joint heirship with Yahweh Shai. And that's going to be in the second covenant in the kingdom, to where you're always going to have that position. All right? But what does it take? What is it going to take? It's going to take for us to understand that we're coming into a time where it's going to get crazy out here, hectic, okay, very perilous, very dark. All right, but if we understand and how to maneuver, we understand and have that mindset that we're going to lose it all, and then we lose it all for Yahweh Shai's sake, hey, we'll be fine, as long as we keep trusting and believing in Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and I'm going to end off on this. This is Mark 10:28. It says, "Then Peter began to say unto him, Lo, we have left all and have followed thee." Okay, we're about to do the same thing right now. Well, we're doing the same thing as we speak. But hey, it's gonna get even narrower. All right, the scriptures talk about that straight gate. All right, especially when this thing is implemented. The scriptures call it the hour of temptation. All right, and again, we're used to a lot of comforts. All right, hey, that's why, through the Spirit, the apostles been going in on eating, controlling your diet, controlling the wants of your basically your flesh. All right, the scriptures talk about putting our flesh in subjection. All right, because the flesh wants to be comforted at all times. So understanding that we're going to have to put it in subjection, and that's what we've been doing, okay, and we continue to do so by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Well, what's going to happen? I'm going to read it, verse 29. And Yahushai answered, well, Peter asked, what shall we, if because we left all and we followed you, what are we going to get? Okay? And Yahushua answered and said, verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my sake and the gospel's, but he shall receive an 100-fold now in this time houses, and brethren, and sisters, and mothers, and children, and lands with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. All right? And that's the point. So with eternal life, you'll be able to enjoy all this 100-fold. Okay? But understanding, now in this very near future, we're going to have to keep that mindset of, hey, we're going to have to lose it all. All right? We're going to have to lose it all for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but it's okay. Because, hey, what's coming in the kingdom is going to far outweigh anything we had on this side. All right? But yeah, just a quick lesson. Like I said, we have to be in that mindset to lose it all. Like Paul said, how to abound, how to base, to be content with what we have, and understand that no matter what, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to get us through these times. All right. The scripture said Yahushai said it. When the devil was tempting him, we shall live off more than bread alone. All right, it's all going to be the Spirit in those times. All right. Hey, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and a Baba Ball.